Hello students, welcome back. Let us continue with chapter 10, that is circles. The last question of exercise 10.4 on page 179. This is question number 6. This is a case study based type of question. So what I'm going to do is read out the question for you and then explain what I have done on the board relating to the question. So I'm reading out the question for you. A circular park of radius 20 meter is situated in a colony. So you have a circular park out here. The radius is 20 meter. So here I'll just say radius is equal to 20 meters. So if you notice, OA is equal to OS is equal to OD. And then you have three boys, Ankur, Syed and David are sitting at equal distances on its boundary, each having a toy telephone in his hand to talk to each other. So you have three boys sitting on the boundaries of this circle at equal distances. So Ankur is denoted by A, Syed is denoted by S and David is denoted by D. They are sitting at equal distances from each other. Therefore, I am saying AS is equal to SD is equal to AD or DA. Now using this, I need to find the length of SD. That is the length of the telephone wire. So I am reading out what needs to be found. Find the length of string of each of the phone. So these are the length of strings of the phone. You have to find either of these length, either AS or SD or AD. Since all of them are equal to each other, I am just saying to find length SD. That is the one at the center out here. So let's see how we are going to solve this question. Now first of all, since I have AS is equal to SD is equal to AD, this forms a triangle ASD is an equilateral triangle, correct? Because all the three sides are equal. Now, if I draw a perpendicular from one vertex to the midpoint of the other side, midpoint of the opposite side, I get the median, right? So if I draw a median out here from A to SD, that's going to coincide with the perpendicular drawn from A to SD. That means we have learned that the altitudes as well as the median for equilateral triangles coincide. What is the median? The median is a line drawn from one vertex to the midpoint. Let's say if M is the midpoint of SD, then the median would be from A to M. That is line drawn from the from one vertex to the opposite side, and the altitude is the perpendicular drawn from one vertex of the triangle to the opposite side. In the case of an equilateral triangle, we know that the median and the altitude coincide. So let's say I am drawing an altitude of this triangle ASD. Altitude is the height, right? Now why is this altitude passing through point O, which is the center? Because as I told you, M is the midpoint of SD and this line AM is the perpendicular. And what have we learned? The start of this chapter, the theorem that the perpendicular drawn from the center of the circle to the chord bisects the chord. Now M here is bisecting the chord SD, therefore O is the center and AM passes through O. So I hope this is clear. We will also join these lines OS. We know that this is the radius, so let's mark the radius. OA is the radius, I'll say it is 20 meters, and OS is also the radius, it is also 20 meters, correct? Now let us just go ahead and write down what we have, the construction and whatever we learned so far, and then we will go about with finding the length of SD. So I'll say solution. Draw AM, AS is equal to SD is equal to DA. This is given. Therefore, triangle ASD is an equilateral triangle. Right? Now, we know that the altitude and median in an equilateral triangle coincide. Therefore, what we are going to do is we are going to draw the altitude AM to SD. Therefore, draw AM perpendicular to SD. Now, since AM is the altitude, it is also the median. Right? Therefore, M is the midpoint of SD. Correct? Now, since M is the midpoint of side SD, you have AM passing through the point O. Therefore, AM passes through point O, through center O in fact. Since perpendicular drawn from center of circle to a chord bisects the chord. So we are clear until so far. Now see, if you notice there are two right angle triangles out here. One is OMS and the AMS and the other one is OMS. Now in order to find the lengths for these two triangles, we will need SM. So let's say SD is 2x, therefore SM will be x. Why? Because M is the midpoint, therefore SM is going to be half of SD. Therefore, since SD is 2x, SM will be x. Let's write this down. Let length SD be equal to 2x. I'll mark this as 1. Therefore, SM is equal to half 2x. Therefore, SM is equal to x. Why? Because M is the midpoint of SD. Let's mark this as 2. So now let's see our larger triangle on the left hand side, which is AMS. We have SM to be x, right? We have AS to be how much? It's going to be 2x. Why is AS 2x? Because we have taken SD as 2x and we know that AS is equal to SD, right? Therefore, this length is 2x. Using this, we will find the length of AM using Pythagoras theorem. I'll say now AS is equal to SD. This is given. Therefore, AS is equal to 2x. I'll say from 1, because from 1 we know that SD is 2x. So now in right angle triangle ASM, what do we have? AS square is equal to AM square plus SM square, right? Therefore, AM square is equal to AS square minus SM square, right? AS is what? It is 2x the whole square minus SM is how much? SM is x minus x square. So this will be from 1 and 2. Or rather, let's mark this as 3. So from 2 and 3. Correct? From 3 we have that AS is 2x and from 2 we have that SM is x. Therefore, AM square is going to be 4x square minus x square. Now this is the same as 4 apples minus 1 apple, therefore it will be 3 apples, that is 3x square. Therefore am square is equal to 3x square. Now both are squares, so I am going to take the square root. Therefore am is going to be under root of 3x square, which is what? Am is equal to root 3 of x, right? Root 3x. Let's mark this as 4. Now we are going to take the smaller triangle, which is right angle triangle OSM. OSM. Here OS square is going to be OM square is equal to OM square plus SM square through Pythagoras theorem. So here also I'll say Pythagoras theorem. So in right angle triangle OSM, OS square is equal to OM square plus SM square. So now if you notice, what is OM? OM is AM minus AO. We have the length of AM through this, and we know that AO is 20 meters because AO is the radius or OA is the radius. So let's write our OM in the form of AM minus AO. Therefore OS square is equal to AM minus AO the whole square. Correct? Plus SM we know is how much? SM is x. So x square. And I'll say from 2. So from 2 we are only substituting the value of SM. This is not through 2. This is through construction that we have. So now let's write down the value for AM. AM is root 3x. Root 3x minus AO. AO is 20 the whole square. How much is OS? OS is 20 meters because it's the radius. So this is going to be 20 square plus x square. Correct? And here I am going to say what values have we substituted? We've substituted the value of AM as well as for OS and AO. So I'll say from given and for. From for and given that radius is equal to 20 meters. Right? So what I'm going to do is go ahead and erase this section so that we can continue with the sum. Just make a note of what all we have done, because we might take references from point number 1 and 2. So I'm just erasing until here so far. Now 20 square is 400, we know that, because 2 2s are 4 and twice the zeros, so it is 400. 400 is equal to, now a minus b the whole square is a square minus 2ab plus b square. So that is how we are going to expand root of 3x minus 20 the whole square. So this is going to be what? Root of 3x the whole square minus 2ab. So minus 2 into root 3x into 20 plus 20 square. So this was the expansion of this term plus x square. Right? Now let's go ahead and open the brackets and also square whatever is required. So I'll say 400 is equal to 3x square minus 2 into 20 is 40, 40 root 3x plus 20 square is the same as 20 square out here, it's 400 plus x square. Now see, you have equal terms on the same side, or on the right hand side and the left hand side. So when you subtract equals from equals, the remainders are equal. So I am going to subtract 400 from both the sides, therefore I will get a 0 here. Now 3x square plus x square will be how much? 4x square minus 40 root 3x. So where did this 400 go? Since I discarded 400 from here, I discarded that from here, and my remainders are going to be equal. That is why we have a 0 over here. So now 0, and if you notice we have 4x common between these two terms. So I'm going to remove 4x common and I will be left inside my bracket with x minus 10 root 3. So what does this mean? This means that, let's rewrite this. In fact, we'll swap the sides. So I get 4x into x minus 10 root 3 is equal to 0. Now this means that either 4x is equal to 0 or x minus 10 root 3 is equal to 0. So now 4 is getting multiplied with x, therefore it will come on the right hand side and divide 0. So x is 0 upon 4. 0 divided by any number, you get the answer as 0. So x is 0, or you have x is equal to 0 plus 10 root 3. So why plus 10 root 3? Because 10 root 3 is negative on the left hand side, it comes on the right hand side and becomes positive. So 0 plus any number is the number itself. So I'll say or x is equal to 10 root 3. So we can easily discard this value because we are taking into consideration the length of SM as x. Now length can never be 0, therefore x is not equal to 0. Therefore x is going to be 10 root 3. Since length cannot be 0, x is not equal to 0, or x is equal to 0 is not considered. Right? Therefore, x is equal to 10 root 3. But what do we need? We need the length of SD, which is 2x. So now we will take reference from this. So I'm erasing this section. But length SD is equal to 2x. I'll say from 1. Correct? So this is going to be 2 into 10 root 3, which is going to be 20 root 3 meters. So finally you're going to write down the answer that the length of the string of the telephone is 20 root 3 meters. So I'll write this down. The length of each telephone string is 20 root 3 meters. So why each telephone string and not just telephone string? Because this is one telephone string, this is the other telephone string, and this is the other telephone string. So the length of AS is equal to SD is equal to AD is 20 root 3 meters. So this was about exercise 10.4. I hope you enjoyed solving the sums. Let's continue with the remaining sections in the next video. Thank you.
Hope this video increased your knowledge. For more such videos and a completely free educational content, log on to www.epathshala.org or visit our ePathshala YouTube channel. We have each and every question solved for maths, physics, chemistry and biology. So subscribe our channel, share with your friends, like our Facebook page and follow our Twitter handle for regular updates and important educational tips, and also win ePathshala goodies. So what are you waiting for? Subscribe this channel and enjoy the freedom of education.